Making waves in Washington this week, a new report from the New York Times alleging that several Trump campaign aides had contact with senior Russian intelligence officials in the months leading up to the November election. But the president insists there is no truth to the story.
So you're not aware of any contacts during the course of the election?
How many times do I have to answer this question?
Can you just say
Russia
yes or no
is a ruse. Yeah, I know you have to get up and ask a question, so important. Russia is a ruse. I have nothing to do with Russia. Haven't made a phone call to Russia in years. Don't speak to people from Russia. Not that I wouldn't, I just have nobody to speak to. I have nothing to do with Russia. To the best of my knowledge, no person that I deal with does.
Let's bring back our panel, Joe Watkins, Rick Tyler, and Zerlina Maxwell. And Zerlina, let's start with you. Does it matter now if Trump staffers had contact with Russia? He's in the White House. He's president. So what really changes if those allegations are true?
It certainly matters, because what we need to find out is whether or not foreign agents interfered in our election. That may not change the results of the election. I have a new job. I have moved on from the campaign. I wish President Trump would move on from campaign mode. But I think we need a bipartisan, transparent investigation into what happened. It has to be independent of Congress. Certainly, the Senate Intelligence Committee is going to do its own investigation, but that's a secret hearing, and it's not going to be public. The public needs to hear what went on and exactly what happened in the election so that it never happens again. Our election is really the cornerstone of our democracy, and if it is not something that we can really believe in, that's a really big problem going forward.
And Rick, how much patience do you think congressional Republicans have for the apparent unsettled nature inside the White House?
Depends on the polls. When Donald Trump loses support by the American people, and it's not clear to me that he has entirely yet, although his poll numbers are historically low. Then it's going to be tougher to resist an investigation. Look, we know that the Russians agents interfered in the election the last time. That's very clear. What's not clear yet is if the Trump campaign actually collaborated or colluded with the Russians to help Donald Trump in the election. That's what's not clear, and Donald Trump talks about it as fake news. But if you remember back to the campaign, he used fake news in many instances. Ted Cruz's father involved in the JFK assassination. On and on, he was talking about different fake news stories. But now he doesn't like fake news.
And Joe, real quick, what are the chances Republicans abandon the president?
Well, I think it just depends. It's a case by case for most members of Congress. You've got to consider first the fact that people you were elected by the people in your home district or your home state. So every member of Congress, be it the House or Senate, has to consider what their people feel like at home.
Joe Watkins, Zerlina Maxwell, Rick Tyler, thank you so much for being here this morning. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Great. Well, that'll do it for me this hour. I'm Dara Brown. Thanks for watching. Thomas Roberts is up next. He'll speak with a member of the Congressional